Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
People, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. The Federal High Court in Abuja has struck out the motion filed by Umahi to stop execution of sack order. And right now, Nigerians are wondering, now that the stay of office has been struck out, would Umahi still remain in the office as the governor of Ebonyi State? We're going to be looking at all of that after we get the full details of the news. But before we do that, if you've not subscribed, please do well hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, an Abuja Federal High Court has struck out the motion filed by Ebonyi State Governor Umahi seeking for a stay of execution of the March 8 judgment which ordered his removal from office. The court has ordered the sack of Umahi and his deputy Kelechi Igwe for defecting from the People Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC). Trial Judge Justice Iyankwo on Monday struck out a motion filed by Umahi for a stay of the judgment, noting that the matter has already been instituted before the Court of Appeal and therefore could not be entertained at the Federal High Court. It has been reported how Umahi and his deputy and 16 members of the State House of Assembly were sacked by the court following a suit filed by the PDP. The court in the March 8 judgment held that the vote Umahi secured during the 2019 governorship election in Ebonyi State belongs to the PDP and not the APC. According to the court, having defected to the APC, both Umahi and his deputy not only jettisoned the PDP but also the vote that belongs to the party. The judge further held that going by the outcome of the governorship election, the office of the governor and deputy governor in Ebonyi State belongs to the PDP and not the APC. There is no constitutional provision that made the ballot transferable from one party to the other, according to the Justice Iyankwo. He added that the PDP was bound to retain the vote and mandate that was given to it by voters in Ebonyi State, as both governors Umahi and his deputy could not validly transfer same to the APC. The court therefore ordered both Umahi and Igwe to immediately vacate their position. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) was ordered to immediately receive from PDP names of persons to replace Umahi and his deputy, or in the alternative, conduct a fresh gubernatorial election in Ebonyi State in line with Section 177C of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The court also restrained Umahi and Igwe from further parading themselves as governor or deputy governor of Ebonyi State. However, although the PDP has since nominated a member of the House of Representatives, Iduma Enwo, as Umahi's replacement as governor, Umahi and his deputy have continued to remain in office after filing an appeal against the judgment. The Court of Appeal is yet to hear the case. The case is likely to get to Supreme Court. All right, now the big question is, now that they have struck out the stay of execution from the Federal High Court, what is the position of Umahi? Because that is one big question Nigerians are asking, and we're going to be looking at it from the perspective of the law, from the law perspective. Now, the truth remains that that case, that court order was from a court of competent jurisdiction, so it stands. But then, now that it has gone further to the appeal court, what happens now that the stay of execution has been struck out by the court following the demands from Ebonyi State Governor's lawyer? Now, an appeal is entered when the record of appeal has been transmitted to receive and entered in the court book of the Court of Appeal, and when an appeal has been entered, that's into the record of appeal, the lower court ceases to have jurisdiction. So, which means now that the case has been fully appealed, the lower court's jurisdiction or court order does not stand again. So, Umahi will still remain in office until the Court of Appeal comes out with their own verdict. If he is not okay with it, he can move to the Supreme Court. So you now realize that with the way things go on in Nigeria, this whole thing may be dragged even to the last day of his office in 2023. So for now, Umahi still remain in office. Why? Because the case has been fully appealed and has been entered into the Book of Appeal in the upper court. That's where we would like to leave it. Go to our comment section. What's your position on this? If you have a different position, please do well to let us know. Thank you very much.